Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 2, coming at you here at the GG.Bet Invitational. We have Team Lithium taking on Gambit in this best-of-3 semifinal matchup. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN once again. As you can see, biggest thing to note is that Mage is indeed back for Lithium. He is their main mid after all, and apparently has shown up. So, again, this match was postponed and rescheduled, so maybe that coming into play here as far as why he wasn't there the first game. But we got a little bit of a show, though. We got to see Thompson for the first time since TI, so that was fun. But clearly, Lithium, things just weren't connecting in game 1. We'll see if it changes here in game 2.
Earth Shaker.
Yeah, I mean, he played well, but I think when it came down to it, it might have been just a draft issue for Lithium. It was just a much harder game as like ex-ferzee's lineup. It's all about timings. You know, Brood had a rough start. They're safe lane, easy lane. It's just, I mean, just to sum up that game, I think the draft was just much easier to play for Gambit, you know? And I felt like Lithium had to do too much and so much for them to really excel. And that Brood pick just kind of like, you know, you got cheesed, man. You know, that's the purpose of Brood. You got a last pick brooded, and was it second to last or last pick?
It was the last pick.
The last pick,
yeah.
Right? I got last pick brooded, man, and this is like, gosh, could it get any worse? You know, it's no alliance where they'll just first phase it. And
yeah, right. The Koikfa Brood.
Yeah, Phoenix, Earthshaker being picked up. Strong team fight from Lithium here. Treant is also bad. Okay.
Yeah, that was banned initially. It could be an offlane Phoenix. I know Casey does play Phoenix a bit too. So
I mean, they can still opt for this Lina, this Mirana, this Drow. 3 heroes that generally do well with the Ogre. They have some sort of strong synergy on top of being... And you need one of these 3 for an egg killer. The 3 best. I guess Troll's still in there too.
I like Mirana. They're going to go Drow though.
Yeah. It just depended which the team preferred. Like all 3 of them are perfectly fine, right? You know, you have, oh, not Lina. You don't want a second. We'll pick a Lina here, but it was just between Drow and Mirana were the most ideal heroes.
You would think that Lithium is probably going to ban Mirana now. They banned Huskar, which is a good hero too, but Mirana has to be up there, because if they don't, then I could definitely see Gambit picking up the Mirana. Still.
I mean, Drow being a popular pick again these days, just coming back. You know, Ogre being buffed. Like I said, it's strong synergy. And you stack up all these auras, and it just feels you just feel so strong and unstoppable. You hit this timing at a point, and it's just you're capable of taking every tower. And like I said, it just really comes down to how Lithium decides to draft up their heroes and how they can slow down Gambit's pace. That's what it is. It's all about when you're playing against a Drow lineup. It's just you don't want them to snowball so much where they're taking every tower, and you don't want to feed them free kills. That's what it's about. And if you're able to, if you feed them free kills and you're not able to slow them down, then eventually, you know, they take all your tier 2s, take Roshan to go high ground, and by 15, 20 minutes.
Well, that's going to be the game plan for Gambit. Again, as we saw, similar to last game as well. At least that was for Lithium's game plan, but it did not come through. But Gambit going to try it this time around. That 5th ban for Lithium, like I said, Mirana still has to be on top of the list, but not that it's like the complete game ender if they get Mirana, but the synergy is most certainly there with the Drow. Of course, heroes like Wind Ranger come to mind, Visage if they're comfortable with it, etc. Definitely keep going on with such a list. Weaver was already banned by Gambit, sure enough.
Yep.
Let's deal with that at least.
Brood and PL being banned out by Gambit. I mean, Weaver's like so, but these are the 2 heroes that are generally one of the best cores against Drow, just because they just create so much pressure. I mean, the PL versus like Drow matchup, it's kind of like a weird scenario, because if you're able to snowball with Drow and you're able to pressure PL at the same time, then you know you're able to take all these towers. But maybe they want to take this, like they don't want to play this timing where it's just like because when you're playing against PL, you feel like you're kind of playing on a timer. And if you miss your timing, then and PL gets his farm, you know, from his defusal into heart, he just feels unstoppable at a point. And Drow just can't really do anything to him.
They banned Storm Spear, which is another good one for sure.
Yeah.
Lina, then the immediate response by Lithium.
Maybe a deny. It could have been a deny pick as well.
True.
So, putting that in consideration, you know, you want to have another hero that has that can kill an egg. And Mirana's still in the pool, but remember what I talked about Mirana in the past. you want to have a priority on this hero. You can't have this hero that just kind of
5
sits on an
seconds
island
remaining.
and you expect him to do well or expect him to just play by himself and you know, you have your support roaming because he wants to save and help out mid or help out the safe lane. Because if you pick Mirana here, he
Radiant
has to be in the
team
off
pick.
lane. Good pick. I like this pick a lot. Good. I mean, you have Lina and Earthshaker, good spells to steal. You have the null field to nullify, reduce a lot of the magic damage that the output that Lithium has. If you're able to pick up a pipe as well, then I mean, none of these three really
10
would pick up a
seconds
pipe
remaining.
here, right? Not the
Yeah.
most ideal item.
Ogre
5 seconds
could.
remaining.
It's a lot of
Offlane
fun.
Ogre especially.
Offlane Ogre, yes. That's still always an option, by the way.
Yeah. We've seen it several times.
Dire
Multiple teams
team
now
pick.
doing it. In this event
Not-
alone. Oh,
Not
wow.
some. I guess.
Going back to the CK. Alliance ran this yesterday.
We all saw what happened there.
Yeah, it didn't go too well. But Lithium going to try it themselves. That was an off-lane CK yesterday that we know technically sell to with Boxy.
Well,
playing
he
it,
played
so.
safe lane.
He
and
did play safe
and
lane, though,
he had
yeah.
a good lane. So
It
he
still didn't really
he
do
had
much.
the
10
he did have the
seconds
farm priority initially, but
True.
he dropped down to the bracers just because
5 seconds
he died a little
remaining.
bit too much.
Yeah, that's right. Lithium going to try it here. Madara, the likely candidate to be planted, of course, which means they're probably going to go the Keizu hero once again, last pick, similar to last game. But Gambit, their fourth pick, they still need another core to go with the Drow. Most likely 2 cores to go with the Drow still, unless they, again, run the off-lane Ogre Magi that they like here. But again, Mirana is still there. He makes some good points that it's not the absolute they need it, but it does bring that synergy.
Radiant team ban.
I guess Invoker has that too a little bit.
I was gonna say TA might have been an option as well, because you know it's gonna be a Lina mid, most likely. I mean, there's a small percentage where you can still put him in the off lane with the Earthshaker, but for the most part, I think. Well, I guess Invoker with Drow
10
Aura, he'll
seconds
do a little bit
remaining.
better versus Lina. Because I always thought Lina would kind of counter Invoker in that
5
sense.
seconds remaining.
But I mean, they both essentially just farm their lanes.
Yeah, so it just comes down to that. Invoker pretty good against CK though.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should definitely opt for the Quas Wex this game. He might go Exort level 1, but then go Quas Wex just because you have full control over CK throughout the game. And
Yeah.
CK just doesn't have a game. He doesn't have a big enough mana pool. Even if he has a magic wand, you know, you burn him, he's only going to be able to get 1 or 2 spells off.
Dire
If he
team
uses
pick.
ultimate, he won't have enough for stun, and on top of that, Earthshaker as well. These days, you don't really go Arcane Boots, you get an EMP on him. It just makes his game hard. A lot of control. Add some extra
Radiant
team fight for them as
pick.
well. Brewmaster, another hero that kind of is I don't say direct, but a pretty good hero versus CK. A counter, you can say, in some senses where, you know, Chaos Knight throughout the game, if he ever pops his ultimate, Brewmaster pops his ult, he just dispels and he can remove like illusions, if not 80% of the HP pool, depending on how much HP it has.
Yeah.
Does like
10
1,000 plus
seconds
damage or
remaining.
something. of some
This, I think Lithium could potentially
5 seconds
do like a
remaining.
support CK now, honestly. They could do something like I don't know, maybe like a Phoenix Chaos Knight support. It's not the greatest on paper, but that worries me. That CK worries me right now with the Invoker and then the Brewmaster on top of that as response picks to the CK. Almost like, do they really want to have CK as your position 1 now? They are, though, it looks like. Darkseer is going to be the final pick, so funny enough, talking about that potential at the end of last game.
Yeah, that's the privilege of being captain, man. I remember, like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're a captain, you can actually draft whatever you want to pick yourself these days. I mean, we saw, like, in a Dota the other day, in Jube, and then even Envy, you know, he picked himself a position 5 Legion commander. It's like, who does that? It's just, you're the captain. You can decide whatever you want to play. That's the
I'm
cool
the
part.
captain now. Yeah.
Seriously, that's how, you know, it's the cool part about it.
Get that control, get that freedom in Keizu. He's got that here as the Darkseer final pick does come out. So again, committing to the Chaos Knight safe lane and with Madara playing it feels like it could potentially be a rough one though. So we'll see how he is able to make it work. Mage on Lina, of course.
10 seconds remaining.
As we get to see him for the first time in the series. Again, Thompson stepping in that
5
first game
seconds remaining.
for Lithium. But looking at just the lineups, You do got the Drow synergy, the Brewmaster frontliner. I mean, I like Gambit's lineup. Again, still the concern of the CK and everything. What do you think of the Darkseer final pick, though? Is it potentially a game-changing hero here for the team, or is it just kind of a comfort for KZ, you think?
I think it's pure comfort.
Yeah.
There's not... I mean, there's some synergy, of course. I mean, there's actually a lot of synergy with the Lina and Earthshaker follow-up stuns, Wombo comboing, but at the same time, you have Invoker, you have Drow Ranger, even Rubik to kind of like disrupt what they want to essentially do in these team fights. Even a Brewmaster who's able to like kind of throw people up in the air and kind of ruin their combo. So I don't think getting what they want to do is that easy, just because you have a lot of range heroes and ex-ferzees, and then you have Brewmaster to provide all this vision, and top of Ogre to kind of run in the fights and provide the vision and knowing where the supports are at in the fights, including like the Darkseer himself as well.
All right, well, game number 2. You have a case of Lithium trying to stay alive here in the playoffs. This is, again, their semifinals. The winner will move on to play NIP later today, who is awaiting after their victory over Alliance yesterday for the GG.Bet Invitational. I do hear a Sunstrike off the bat, so we know at least the extra level 1.
Scout Sunstrike there.
Prepare for battle.
We saw Mickey yesterday, and I know you talked about too in the draft, that getting Exort doesn't necessarily commit you to Quas or to that Exort build. You can still go Quas Wex, but just getting the early Exort just for some lasting purposes.
Yeah, definitely good, and it stacks well with the Drow Aura as well.
True, yeah. Extra value there. Yeah, that seemed like a fast cooldown, man. Anyways, ward put down by Ogre here in the middle lane. And he gets there quickly, and it was smoked, so gets it down somewhat freely. They are going to see this ward placed.
Nice, nice. Well played. Crybaby, because that is about to get de-warded.
Yeah.
That's playing to win, baby.
There you go.
I'm awake now.
There you go. You're ready. You got your noodles. Good to go.
Come on, man. You're tempting me here. I don't want to eat and play.
It smells so good, I'm not going to lie.
You're tempting me, man.
I know. All right, we'll ignore it. All right, the counter tipping going on the other side here.
You don't make fun of an Asian with his noodles here, man.
Darkseer. Okay, this is just getting ridiculous now. They're just all mass tipping me.
Triple Slippers of Agility by Drow Ranger.
Yeah?
Gonna provide insane amount of aura here.
Triple Wraith Band. We've seen that before. I mean, they just start stacking those Wraith Bands.
Yeah, you can see Drow is also sitting in mid because he wants to be matched up with this Darkseer, I feel like. And they want to put the Brew versus the CK, the tri-lane. You can see that's why he's standing in mid. He wants to make sure where they're laning at.
That just looks funny, though. It's like everyone just ends up middle all of a sudden. No,
yeah,
he's going to go bottom.
This is the fastest way. You don't want to use your early TP.
True. Maybe not. Just as you say he's going bottom, all of a sudden he heads towards top.
Mind games, man.
Yeah, it really is. Speaking
of
of
he's
that,
staying mid. He's just reassuring.
So Madara's not showing, and maybe next time just farming right now at the top lane.
They're trying to go for the first blood, and Drow is going back bottom because he wasn't exactly sure. They didn't actually were able to scout out the Darkseer until right now.
Okay.
No, for sure. Drow does not want to go in the CK's lane.
This is going to be interesting to see how the adaptation happens. Rubik does TP to the top, and they're going to see Brewmaster heading over. So now does CK eventually TP to the bottom?
He does, then Drow's just going to immediately react. So they're just going to have to be okay with these lanes and accept it.
Well, for now, he's still up here. May want to try to get a kill out of this.
If anything, they just want to try to feed off all these kills on top. It's not the easiest still until CK's 2, which he is closing up on it now on top of Phoenix. They have kill potential, but diving will be still pretty hard.
That middle lane, Lina versus Invoker. Invoker 5-1, Lina 9-2 currently.
Baited me, man.
Gonna go for it. It's all good. Enjoy.
Denied.
Got this in the meantime. We have Drow with the Bloodlust. Being applied, he got Ogre Magi getting that. Of course, I don't know if he got level 1, but he is level 2 now, so has the Fire Blast to go with the Bloodlust. And for the time being, it's continuing to just be Darkseer down here at the bottom lane, so the rotation's not necessarily happening as at least quickly, and Madara's committed to staying top, so.
So Afterlife is generally this top lane for Gambit. They're going to be happy with it as long as they don't die. That's the goal of this, and they're just going to try to leech as much EXP as possible. Drow, of course, just he's going to be happy with this. Because, like I said, he can't go top, and he's going to farm pretty well on bottom. Top lane getting gone on here.
Yeah, you got Brewmaster taking some heavy pressure. He'll be fine in the end, but letting him know that it's not going to be a free lane by any means, and he can't just walk up and do what he wants. Of course, Brewmaster, does he have Drunken Haze? He actually doesn't have Drunken Haze yet. I was going to say probably spamming that, but not using it at least yet. It seems like maybe a little bit of lost value, I want to say. He's got on Reality Red pull in. They put the Chaos Bolt stun on top of the Fissure. It's not enough damage initially, though. The lift, a good play. Saves Brewmaster. Sunstrike is not going to connect.
No, he wouldn't have died.
It wouldn't have died,
They would have canceled the salve, which would have been nice. But the Fade Bolt reducing so much damage there from their heroes.
Good point, yeah.
And unfortunately, Pexu, he didn't have the Fire Spirits yet, so I mean, the point is what CK is generally who was doing initially. The first go, they know they're not going to kill him, but they want to get him down to like 60% HP, and they know, like, I think they're just strategically planning this, and they're like, the next go, we can try and kill him. But unfortunately, Fire Spirits was down. It was still a close kill. Nice Fade Bolt and nice lift by the Rubik, which unfortunately they weren't able to get that kill.
No lane, Alphanai might be stepping up a bit too much. He has no clue Earthshaker's about to open. There's the Fissure on top of the LSA. He does not have his Wex, so he can't Ghost Walk. He's going to go for the turn, killing a Mage very far at the last second, puts the Ice Wall down, just panic mode, trying anything he can. It's not nearly enough, though. Vansker, well, what else is new? All right, does his thing again. But, yeah, good wraparound from Earthshaker, obviously. Sets up that kill. And he's going to take over mid in the meantime as Luna regens.
Still okay with it. Drow's getting the free farm. Drow's getting the freest game of all time here. He's very happy with this.
Triple Wraithband. There we go. Taken care of there. Top lane, Madara. Getting a little low. But Pexu there to fight off Afterlife. And now Madara wants to go back in. Has a Chaos Bolt. Sunstrike. No, here going up down here. And they kill Pexu. However, Brewmaster is picked off. But now King R still putting auto attacks into Madara. Maybe next time runs over, though. King R has a Fade Bolt level 2. This could be a kill.
Yes.
No.
I'm surprised he went for the Phoenix Seal over CK. Because CK, and he would have been able to save the Brewmaster as well. He had lift up, but they opt to kill his Phoenix. Yeah. The combo with the Sunstrike instead.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the moment right there, but in hindsight, definitely making the bigger play to go after the CK. Doesn't though, and now CK, he's going to go on a Rubik. Thunderclap from Brewmaster. Really just not going to do much. And I go back to him not leveling up Drunken Haze, honestly. Brewmaster, I find that a little odd when you're dealing with a CK, especially on the other side.
I mean, I don't think it makes the biggest difference. The reason it's like why he's going for this clap, it's because you're going to be feeding him all these magic stick charges, and he's going to have like unlimited mana on CK. They have a lot of magic that's coming out already, and I don't think Drunken Haze lasts long enough, especially for a tri-lane. If it was a dual lane, I'm for sure he would go Drunken Haze, but the fact that it's a tri-lane, I think that's why he's opting for this Thunderclap. That's the only way that I can think of, and I think it's fine too. I don't think it's that like game-changing, even if you were to get Drunken Haze here, because they have enough lockdown for that whole 4.5 duration.
I suppose Chaos Bolt potentially is a lot of damage too. So,
potentially.
Exactly.
Nice rotation here by mid.
Rubik comes in, lifts up, sets up with Invoker for the easy kill ultimately on Mage. I've got to guess that that was maybe a smoke play. I'm not actually sure. Either way, he gets in there and is able to take out Mage.
I think he just ran there to ward, and unfortunately Lino was out of position.
Okay. It's nighttime, but they did have a ward here, so... Oh, that was just placed, actually, so never mind. Yeah, that would make more sense then. Didn't have that vision initially. Bottom lane, you go back to Drow, though, continues to have the freest game of his life. 31 and 19 now. Kazu's going to port elsewhere. He's actually porting back to base.
I don't think this is worth it for Lithium. I think what they need to do is they need to move the CK over to bottom. You're going to TP into the tower, maybe by a smoke or something. Darkseer's going to Ion Shell you and Surge you and just kill this Drow. I don't think you should be able to just give him a free game like this. 6 minutes in, he's going to be level 6.
Yeah.
Triple Wraith Band, he's going to have treads as well. It's just... his hero's just snowballing.
That marksmanship going to be kicking in a second. There you go.
Invoker is forced to the jungle just a little bit, but I don't think it doesn't matter too much. He's able to farm the jungle pretty effectively.
Oh yeah, level 3 Exor and that level 4 Drower with marksmanship. He's
just yesterday we saw the no one Invoker. In this game we get to see the Afro Ninja Invoker. It's just
Seen a lot of Invoker, and I'm glad. I love this hero, like to play it, and really like to watch it. So we're seeing a lot more lately. It seems like, again, Pushman Thompson and what he did at TI. KZU bottom lane, though, trying to get out with that surge. It's not enough, however. Doxot could be in trouble for the first time. No, he TP's in time. He was in trouble, but he gets out and survives. Vansker might still be dead. Fissure in 3.
Like I said, the issue here is using the Earthshaker and using the Phoenix to dive over a Drow is I think it's difficult. In comparison, when you have a CK, he's able to run in at you, dish out the bonus minus armor on top of like his stun. He's just able to get on top of you and in your face, rather than this Earthshaker and this Phoenix where Earthshaker's kind of passive. He's throwing his stun from a long range, and it's just, I think it just makes it much more awkward.
Yeah.
And having the wrong heroes rotate, and I feel like it just has to be CK, and he's actually running back up top. And then when you kind of make this play, then CK is actually able to lane bottom with the supports, and then you have Darkseer rotating over the top, and he can actually pressure the Brewmaster now.
He's in trouble. Sunstrike, it's not going to hit, though.
It's under attack.
If that hits, I'm pretty sure that is a kill. Thunderclap was also just coming off cooldown. But yeah, Medora, he just TP'd up there. I was going to say, if he dies again especially, that would have really been awful for the CK, but he manages to stay alive for the time being. Bloodlust applied to Invoker in the middle lane, has a couple points of Wex now as well, so get access to his full arsenal of weapons. And has the magic wand coming out, the double null, and phase boots. Sure, we'll at least see the Urn build. The eventual axe is going to be for the traditional late lead Brewmaster. Top lane, they're going on him again. There's a Phantasm Madara, again, getting low himself, though. Has to be careful about that. Lift away. Maybe next time. Sunstrike, I hear it in the back lines. It does kill Pexu. They do take out Brewmaster.
Nice rebuttal kill. They committed a lot for this. I mean, they're committing a tri-lane, right? And because of that, because they're committing a tri-lane, you know, like I said, Drow just gets an absolutely free game. He's closing up onto his Dragonlance now as well. You can see in this lane, he's denying almost every creep here. He has 25 denies on this Darkseer, 30 CS.
Yeah. I've seen some impressive CS this series.
I think what Lithium's doing is they're having the wrong priorities on the wrong heroes here, and they're not pressuring at all. Like, yeah, you kill this Brewmaster, and then so what, you know? I think this Drow is what kind of like is going to create most of the tempo of this game, especially if he's having a game like this.
Yeah. And again, it goes back to, too, CK, it's on paper, it potentially isn't going to be the freest game for him. He could have decent farm, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate into a snowball of a game. What he's up against here. Lift middle lane, Mage went too deep. Cold snaps on top of the tornado. This should be a kill. Ice ball put down. And yeah, Mage had no chance there. Again, Kingard just simply runs up, and Mage is just too late to react.
And I know it's like you play Darkseer in this bottom lane, you hurt his farm because he's not able to farm the jungle and farm the lane as effectively and efficiently. Just because it's awkward. That's what it really comes down to. But when you're playing this top lane, you're able to cut waves. You can jungle. You can pull the creep wave into the jungle as well, and you can just farm so effectively, and you can get your levels, you can get your farm. But here it's just like you can see he can do one or the other here in bottom lane. And that's the point. That was the purpose. But I mean, I think they kind of missed their timing here in terms of what they needed to do. And here, 10-minute with the siege coming out, you can see Gambit's actually trying to make the first move here. Silence is picked up on Drow Ranger. DD Rune as well.
Just use precision or as well.
I like this push a lot.
Flanking on a Mage.
He's gonna die here if it's one Frost Arrow.
Tornado setup. This should be an easy kill. No chance. As you just see that damage again, too. They get the right clicks. Invoker, how much he's hitting for, as well as Trow. They're going to push middle tower. Maybe next time goes down at the top lane. However, Rubik falls in response. They use Supernova, hitting the primal split. Brewlings of Brewmaster, and now he's running after Madara. Another second illusion, but he destroys both of them immediately. Thanks to that first. Again, that's one of the reasons why the CK is going to be a rough game. Afterlife going for the TP play. It's not in time, so at least they still kill the Brewmaster.
No RNG for Afterlife today. I was hoping the Drunken Brawler with the 10% dodge chance.
Invasion, yeah. Yeah, that's
pretty low percentage.
Speaking of RNG, Chaos Knight again getting both second Phantasm on both uses of it here so far. So yeah, a little bit there.
All in all, it doesn't matter. This Brew can die and feed all he wants. This game is about this Invoker and this Drow. See, Brewmaster's purpose of this game is he's going to be able to run in. He's going to disrupt this Darkseer. Like, it doesn't matter how much illusions he may provide with the wall, how much illusions CK may possibly spawn, or how farmed they get, because his job this game is very simple. All he needs to do is just get some dispels off, run in, and provide vision for this Invoker and for this Drow.
Yeah.
And eventually, this Ogre is gonna bloodlust the brown guy with the Alacrity, and they're gonna do so much damage on the tower. Actually, look at that synergy. I forgot about that.
That's great. Yeah, Alacrity,
Dyer's top
Bloodlust.
tower
That's
is
a
under
pretty
attack.
powerful combination.
Good double sieger right there.
Oh man, this is a decent. I mean, they're gonna kill this Hellbear Smasher of KZU. That's free 200 gold going the way of Drow. Kind of just feeds it into them. Of course, he has that helm of the Dominator. This is typical KZU style. He just runs into a death trap, though. You come feed us all with a tornado hits at the same time. I suppose this was the play all along here from KZU, trying to bait them in.
This is the play that they needed to do about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Radiant's
It's
top
too late
tower
now.
Doing
is
this
under
now
attack.
at 13 minutes was obviously not the most ideal. If anything, they should probably try to do it top and like for this Drow kill. Invoker feels like he's getting to that point where he's almost impossible to kill,
Radiant's
because whenever you go on
structures
him, he's
are
going to throw off this tornado unless you get
Radiant's
an
top
instant
tower
stun
is
where
under
Earthshaker
attack.
needs to be in a good position.
Dyer's
They are
bottom
smoking
tower is under
across the
attack.
map. I like this smoke a lot. But Brewmaster ulti
Radiant's
is
top
almost up.
tower
I'm
is
afraid
falling.
they don't even have enough lockdown to keep them under control without the Lina. King R getting a good surge steal,
Radiant
able to
are
escape here in
scanning.
bottom lane.
Chaos Knight's doing this movement too just before he has his armlet finish, so wants to get that added value with the hero kill to make sure we can get that as soon as possible, but we already saw the bottom lane fail. You mentioned you like the idea of what they're trying to do at the top lane. Drow is hiding in the trees though, as if she knows something's up. KZU, like be able to scout maybe, no,
Dyer's
just gonna
top
push the tower.
is under
I'm
attack.
just afraid that if they ever go on Brew, they just don't have enough damage to burst him down before he gets his ultimate off, because
Earthshaker was going and thought he might have saw Drow, but he did not. Gust, a silence on a Darkseer over here. Tornado's going to hit now. Invoker joined to the party, and Madara's left in no man's land. He's definitely dead. Out for 30, and there's that Brewmaster running forward. Can he catch somebody? Maybe the Darkseer? Looks like it. The lift is
Oh.
up just in time. That's brutal.
no stun on
Thunderclap.
Ogre.
Easy kill. Sunstruck.
LSA from the Rubik stolen.
Oh, he did, yeah. Level 1, but yeah, being the insta stun, that's huge.
So, I mean, the biggest comeback that Lithium can really make is just obviously to get some crazy team fight, but unfortunately, you know, Darkseer actually opted to max out this Surge, so he won't have this strong team fight combo with his vacuum into wall for quite some time. But until then, I think this game is going to be coming down to this Lina and how Mage really plays. He needs to really just go crazy this game, man. He needs to go ham.
What do you think of his Yules? It makes sense to you here?
I mean,
yeah.
it's just a good setup. You kind of need it.
Gust on the other side. Definitely reasons for it, but speaking of that, gonna try to make a play here. The pull him to the Auto Rift, and it's a
Space.
kill, but it's just an Ogre, yeah.
Hey guys, there's like 4 or 5 heroes here, man. Just letting you guys know. I'm advanced.
And he got the bounty rune in front of them, by the way.
Oh, it's fine.
So-
Look, they actually benefited more gold than
They got
that kill.
4 bounty runes, yeah.
Immediate smoke here by
Radiant's
Lithium,
bottom
but
tower is under attack.
somewhat obvious, not so obvious.
King R wasn't too obvious for him where they were at least vacuum full him. That's going to be another kill, so they're killing the
Radiant's
supports.
bottom tower is
Again,
under
at least
attack.
getting on the board, and
Dyer's structures are fortified.
ultimately matters, but at the same time,
Dyer's top
they would
tower
love one of these
is under
cores,
attack.
specifically Drow Ranger right now, would be the big one. She has yet to die.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
has
Invoker's almost got that Spirit
Dyer's
Vessel
middle
finishing
tower
full, and
is
then
under
the
attack.
Axe again to come most likely.
fallen.
But
Dyer's
200
middle
away.
tower has fallen.
It's in the same build as what no one did, remember? It was just
Yeah.
like, it was inspired, man.
I don't know if no one was the first to do that.
I mean, it's the first that I've seen. I'm sure there's been other invokers for sure that have done it.
Aphanitis, Apha Ninja. Scouting here with a Ghost Walk.
Nidus, where's the T, man? Nidus?
Apha Ninja.
You said Nidus, right?
Apha Ninth? No, I didn't say Nidus.
What'd you say?
Apha Ninja.
No, okay, okay.
Supernova, Vansker's dead. Pull in, that's going to be a problem split though. Brewmaster gets it off, and now Invoker once again joining the party. That's a huge EMP. Nice job with the Phantasm from Madara, but again, the illusions immediately disappear thanks to the Brewmaster. Pexu's dead in the back lines. Rock thrown on a Chaos Knight. He's just trying to realize, make some fancy plays to get the hell out of here. That Urn's taking him down though, or is it a Spirit Vessel now? It's actually still an Urn, but either way, they're going to catch up, and Madara cannot escape in the end. Yeah, something else to keep in mind too is this is you mentioned earlier, but the primal split, the Earth Bruling, Alacrity on that Earth Bruling. push towers with it like crazy. We've seen that a couple times before throughout the past. So that's
it got nerfed a few times, but I mean, you can bloodlust it, and then the alacrity is going to be pretty strong. I'll still, I mean, and you have Drow with the precision aura if you ever push with the siege tank too.
Yep.
Well, I'd be curious. I don't know if you want to use precision aura and alacrity on the siege creep or the panda itself.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll be curious to see what he does. But
like what actually deals more damage? That's why I'm not sure. I think the siege is actually better because you get the Drow aura and bloodlusted alacrity.
maybe, yeah. We'll see throughout this game when they start actually pushing those objectives. They already do have 2 tower gold, making 3 tower kills.
I like that build from Brewmaster. He is opting for the Vlads. They're gonna look into taking once his ultimate's up. It's probably gonna be, he might even be level 12 by then. They're gonna look for a team fight, take Roche, and just look into taking their tier 2s and possibly even high ground. This is about timings with Drow, and that's, I mean, he's so farmed. He almost has Black King bar, initial triple Wraith band, level 13 already. I've never seen actually Drow have the free. He is the highest net worth in this game.
And usually that doesn't happen.
That almost never happens because I mean the point is you're supposed to slow this Drow down, not give him a free game.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is
BKB's coming, you mentioned.
The problem is, I think it's coming down to being like teams being lazy in that sense. When I say bottom engagement here.
Yeah, they catch Phoenix. They're trying to be sneaky. Supernova is ready, but Pexy's not going to waste it there.
When I talk about being lazy, it's like you got to think about Lithium's perspective and why they sent CK and this aggro tri-lane top initially, because they wanted to pressure the Drow. They had the right idea, they had the right mindset, but the issue was they didn't want to swap lanes, and I think that's part of being lazy in this game. It's just like, oh, well, we'll just stick with this lanes because that's what happened.
There's the alacrity on the Earth Relay. It just smashes it.
Bloodlusted, bro. That's cool down.
That's going to be a melee Rax. We're not even 20 minutes into this game. Very likely going to be a melee Rax kill. King R does get picked off elsewhere. He's at the top lane. What is going on up there? Okay, Madara's split pushing. He's going for the tier 3. Back to the bottom lane. That melee Rax getting low. Supernova in the front line. Brewmaster wants to kill. Pull up with the Echo Slam on top of the vacuum. They're committed to the melee Rax. They all die outside of Invoker.
That just works.
Back at base. And yeah, they essentially trade tier 3 towers. It's what happens there.
Gambit was praising them. They were playing so well. You know what happened there? They just got greedy. They're like, yo, this freaking CK is ulting top tier 3 here. And they felt like they were playing on a timer. They just went all in on it. And they're like, regardless, even if they won that fight, you know, it's not worth the exchange here.
And team fight is strong in Lithium. That was one of the biggest things about their draft that stood out. And we saw it come into play right there, the vacuum echo.
They got their Wamba combo. I don't think he actually got it correctly. I think the Aftershock missed because he used echo, they got the damage, but they didn't get the stun lockdown. But, I mean, overall, he still team wiped them. So, I mean, I would have been happy. Lithium would definitely be happy with it. They should be. They're 4K net worth ahead now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's crazy how that just swung like
Gambit
that.
just was impatient or something.
It didn't make sense. Yeah, it really didn't. They felt like this game was like going to be over if they didn't push right there.
They should have just been happy with the tier 3. They have all the advantage in the world. But hey, you can see the line drawn by Pink, which is, what's his name? Afterlife. It's like, hey, let's just go back bottom. We got this, guys.
Let's finish the Rax.
But at the same time, Lithium is quick to react. Their top lane is in a very good position right now. And they can't just go all in. This is a great smoke here. I like this. Drow should continue to show bottom. Show like this push is going to happen soon. And they're immediately smoking towards top lane here. Drow Aura is popped to try to push the lane back into them.
They know what's going on. They're Shrine taking damage. Oh, they're going to fight Phoenix. I think that's a good bait kill, though, for Phoenix, because, yeah, that stops that smoke. They were heading towards a big team fight.
Oh, big tornado.
It catches a couple. Buyback coming out from Pexu, though. And that's going to
nice. That tornado forced the buyback. That's what happened.
Drow still pushing that bottom now. Duxlek is falling back. Almost has the BKB finish, which definitely would have been useful that last push. So that's the good news there. But Mage has now overtaken top farm in the game. Goes back to that previous fight, and Gambit maybe overstepping too much. So you now have a Shadowblade, her own BKB going to be in the works even. And they're going to take out the Shrine. So they even get the Shrine kill first. before this snowbally Drow lineup of Gambit does, as Afterlife, they're chasing him. How much do you want to chase, though? Not too far.
Nothing else really happening. Drow or Darkseer getting the Crimson to help nullify some of the right clicks that Drow and them providing. I think you can dispel it though, right? From the Brewmaster. I'm pretty sure you can dispel it.
Probably. That would make sense, yeah. Never really thought about that, but...
I just thought about it right now.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me too.
Why not? Again, when it comes to dispels, I'm always hesitant though because of there's so many levels of dispels in the game from basic and on. So
This is a strong dispel.
yeah,
So it's an ultimate map.
true. And we've seen the power of it against the Phantasm
Oh,
army, especially
Mizu
Darkseer
getting
went too
caught
deep. He was trying to surge on through, just be like, yeah, I'm going for a stroll, don't mind me, but they definitely mind. Crimson Guard may help keep him alive at the end, though. It looks like he barely will survive. That was close.
The dispel of the illusions to come down to like 20% HP on all of them. Just BKB, Alacrity, the Drow.
And there's a fallback. Get a supernova.
Earthshaker TPing on the Stride here might be able to catch him up from behind.
Or is he going to get caught? They got a ward down. They saw him. He throws out the Echo just in desperation right there. He goes down, though.
Maybe
and
next
now,
time they'll get him.
Well, they're going to catch on the CK. No, the Laguna Blade Mage is in deep here, though, by himself. A little bit of scatter. You see, maybe next time does buy back, in fact. They're still running in. The wall's put down from Darkseer. King R trying to get back, but they pick up Invoker in the midst of the fight. They also get Rubik, and now Afterlife is ticking down to an urn. And they're running after him. The Fissure connects just in time. Killing spree for Mage. They clean up on Vansker. Everyone dies but Drow in the end. Man, it looked like Gambit actually had an opening to turn there with the kill on Earthshaker. And then no.
Okay, so I think Gambit's mindset in this game is just wrong now. They are forcing this high ground and this Rax way too much. They need to focus on just taking Roche. Just admit, like, you guys already screwed up bottom. And the initial one, when you traded the tier 3 on top, just take the Roshan and then force the high ground. They don't need to do this all. If you have a Drow strat, but you don't need to go all in. You have an Invoker, you have a Drow, you have a Brewmaster. Your heroes do fine versus Lithium throughout the game. They scale, and that's what matters. That's what you drafted around. You didn't draft just play. Yeah, your lineup can play on a timing, but if you miss your timing, you can take this late game too. You're forcing these unnecessary team fights, unnecessary pushes, and it's hurting you. It's hurting you so much. Like this. Drow hasn't been able to farm. Yeah, he's the second highest net worth in the game, but he was first all game long up until now, giving a chance for Lina to redeem herself. And now an Aegis picked up on Lithium as well. And I think they need to slow down the game.
Yeah. They give the Aegis to Lina, but yeah, in a sense, you were kind of playing into the strengths of Lithium by pushing so desperately, it almost seemed like, from Gambit, because again, it goes back to that team fight. And that goes back to the very first push that happened, and we saw the execution. Even the last time around, though, just Darkseer, just this vacuum wall combo is what helped win them that fight in the end, catching just enough.
Unfortunately, they didn't have enough damage. If they were actually able to kill Darkseer there, they actually would have won the fight, taken the Rax, and taken Roshan
in the beginning, you're right, yeah. If he got picked up when he was being a little greedy.
Not sure if they missed some spells or some heroes weren't fully there.
I think I did see the Crimson Guard get purged, by the way.
Yeah.
Because he popped it as he was being gone on there, and then it went off immediately. Either way, Invoker still doesn't have his axe, too, which he's actually just about to get, so that's good.
It's alright. Maybe, or not maybe, no one.
Dire's top barracks are under
No one,
attack.
he finished his axe pretty late last time, too, and that's when, once he finished that, he started to shine, so.
True.
Maybe this is his moment here.
But that's another reason why going for these desperate pushes earlier on may have, not necessarily been the best idea, because your Invokers.
Vlad is also picked up on Brew. They didn't have it on those last 2 engagements, but he does have it now, so it's an extra boost of a little bit of extra armor, especially the lifesteal, which is the most ideal, especially for this Drow. He doesn't have any lifesteal for him.
Benefit from that, Keizu. Any nearby teammates, though, as they're pushing this tier 2. How about this Chaos Knight? He has the Armlet Echo combo, and now he has a Blink Dagger on top of that, so... I mean, his illusions may not be staying alive, but himself, he still does decent damage, even without them.
Drow is attempting to go for a butterfly now, and I just feel like, I mean, Invoker's game this
Dire's
game is
bottom
just about
shrine
kind of
has
controlling
fallen.
and disrupting the team fight, the wombo combo that Lithium really wants to do. Throw out these tornadoes, this EMPs. Oh, Brewmaster might be getting caught here.
Yeah, he just tried to TP.
Yikes.
That's canceled, so I mean, he might be able to promo split. No, he can't even do that. At this point, he's dead.
Sure he wanted to. But tipped. Saying like, thanks, bro. You're giving us an easy game here.
Putting the tilt on there, yeah. So Lithium is now has a 7,000 net worth lead. Feeling very cozy for them. Moving forward, they will always have that team fight presence, as well as this Lena that's crazy farm. She's almost level 20, which, and that fiery soul talent kicks in. And
She's with the spell amp, man.
no, not doing that. Where is she going next, though? Shiva's, okay. Yeah, this Darkseer is going to be very difficult to kill as well. He's just the way he's kind of naturally built, even, but how slippery he can be with that surge on top of that. Getting a bigger vacuum there at level 50. I wonder if at 20 he gets the AoE surge even.
I can tell Puppy has inspired Keizu.
Yeah.
Dire are
Do you know why?
Why is that?
He has a buckler.
Oh, yeah? The casual buckler?
He is going for Grease, but you know, never mind. He is actually going for Grease, but regardless, it's a Puppy-inspired buckler.
This is the casual buckler every now and then, yeah?
Well, Puppy's the only player that just buys a buckler. Or actually, him and Kyle.
I was gonna say it actually was a Han thing too, a little bit, but either way, Doxok, he's got the PKP, but you see even with the PKP, those illusions that he created as a result, as King R put his own wall down, by the way, he stole the ability. Vansker gets picked off, and King R is dead anyways. Matara
stuck, isn't it?
unfortunately stuck for now, but in 4 seconds he'll be fine.
Trow isn't going to be able to dish out any more damage, I feel like.
This seems like this is going to be... Gambit needs to take this to like an hour-long game to have any chance. And they need to play the Rat Dota game. Now maybe next time, nice vacuum combo. Kinda. The Echo Slam, not the most damage though. And the Primal Split comes out from Brewmaster. But our team is not interested in fighting.
It's a little awkward there.
Oh. Drow gets picked up on it meanwhile.
I like this Blink Dagger picked up by CK quite a bit, especially once he finishes his BKB as well. Uh-oh.
Ogre.
Aegis down now.
He gets reclaimed, but Ogre is going to regret going in like this. Trying to man up against a Chaos Knight doesn't seem like a battle you're going to win. Yeah, good old Darkseer just runs him down with an Iron Shell.
You saw it earlier on top lane, he was just trying to right-click this Darkseer down, no matter, like, Drow is also back on top with his net worth, but he's doing like 0 DPS on him.
Yeah,
With all this armor stacking up, too. Lena almost finishing her Shivas. I don't know who Drow can really kill this fight. Maybe an Egg, hopefully Earthshaker, but I think Earthshaker is Yule's.
Yeah, that's where it kind of goes to this idea now. It's almost not wasted net worth, but you would rather it be an Invoker like these would be traded, Invoker and Drow.
Almost 4,000 HP on CK. He has a Blink Dagger, his BKB, Echo Saber. His job this game is just honestly, he's just gonna run in, blink into this Drow, and try to combo him down.
Yeah.
Right click him down.
And you look at what he gets right there at level 20. He pierces spell immunity now with Reality Rift.
Oh
so
yeah, he's ready.
BKB is not going to matter,
Radiant
at least for that ability.
Like I said, Drow's farm, 30 minutes. He's had the same item since around 22 minutes.
They know Afterlife is down here too. LSA misses, but
They're gonna tip him again. Oh boy. Thanks, Afterlife.
it's coming.
I would have tipped him.
While you're just about to kill him, yeah.
Well, I guess they ran out of tips.
No, yeah, maybe they're out of tips.
They
There has
tipped,
been a lot of this game.
tipped quite a bit, yeah.
Too many tips. Darkseer, Guardian Creep's just about finished.
Mid
Just
lane.
another tool. Take advantage of. Maybe next time is dead here, so there, Daxak can kill that as well as a Supernova.
I told you, man, those are the only 2 things he can kill.
And he happens to find both of them, but it's going to come at a cost mainly, is the issue. Unless, great play there with the Hurricane Pike.
Radiant's top tower is
Killed
under
the 2
attack.
heroes like I mean, he can't kill anyone else. He doesn't do enough damage to this Darkseer. He doesn't do any damage to, like, they just have 2 high armor, and then CK has a decent amount of armor. He's still holding onto his Aquila, and it's almost 4,000 HP with the armament toggle. Invoker doing his job now. He's like, you know what? We've lost so many
Radiant's
team
top
fights
tower
now.
is
I am
being
gonna
attacked.
chill,
Dire
farm.
are scanning.
I need my BKB to actually do some crazy AoE this game.
Split, yeah. No, that's what I was saying earlier. Gambit just has to split push now.
CK did pop his ulti, so they may consider it something. But I mean, I don't think it's a super duper big deal.
They're not worried about the ultimate in this game, yeah.
I mean, it does a lot of damage if you're able to get in their face.
I suppose like a quick reality rift off before they all just die, but yeah, it hasn't been. It's just himself has been the issue, if anything. He's just been able to do so much despite that being the case. It's the impressive thing. I still can't get over that Drow's continuing to be on top farm, honestly. That's a little surprising, but I suppose with the bloodlust and everything, but still.
I mean, considering
farm.
his farm, it doesn't even look like he's the highest net worth. I guess he has like all these foreign items, like all these tier 1 items right now. With his BKB, Pike's a pretty expensive item, and then Butterfly if he wanted to finish it.
Radiant's
Yeah.
bottom shrine
I don't think he
is
should
under
care
attack.
about his buyback, honestly. But hey man, you do you, Dex X.
Suck.
Radiant's
X.
bottom shrine has fallen.
X.
He's going to have that butterfly soon, though. BKB finished on Invoker, but again, we talked about Reality Rift piercing on Chaos Knight, so at least for that ability, you know, he's going to still be able to get in there.
Very important Roshan here for both teams. Creates a lot of pressure, creates a lot of tempo.
Nice smoke.
In my opinion, whoever gets this Aegis will win the game. Calling it now.
All right. See
Don't
if that
quote me on
comes
this.
through. No, you're being quoted. You're being live recorded as well. They smoke. They try to cut off the Invoker top lane, but half an inch gets back in time. And now you have Ogre Magi is probably going to be the victim as a result. There's the jump. There's the kill. There's a nice little crit in there.
Here's a donation for you guys. I'll give you 229 gold. My name is
Van Score.
Van Score. He has 1,700 net worth, man. I bet. Let's see his buyback. I think it's only gonna be like 200. 167. That's about 200, right?
234.
Like
But the buyback cost 234 gold. 235 now. Just win.
It's like we all know who's winning this game, right?
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Split
That's-
push here by Afterlife.
There's the Roshan. There's the Aegis. So might as well call it GG.
It's Afterlife too.
I mean, he's trying to put that melee racks again, but probably dead as a result.
Very optimistic Brewmaster here.
I think that's just a sign of the desperation. Gambit now actually is desperate, unlike before when they made that first push happen.
Great Laguna coming out from Mage.
Get that KS.
Radiant's
Kill
bottom
secured,
barracks are
man.
under attack.
Exactly. That's what I was going with. Yeah, no, it's
I'll take
this
that.
feels like a game to lose now for Team Lithium. Like if they don't end up winning this one, it's going to be definitely at the fault of them. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of just hit the point where their heroes are. I mean, I think Gambit was fine in any position of the game, for the most part. I mean, yeah, Lithium's team fight is pretty scary, but yikes, they're just falling apart here, tilted of some sort.
Shadow Blades in, finds easy kill. And with that Aegis, I'm guessing Cheese on Chaos Knight. Yeah, has it on the backpack.
Yeah.
He's even going to MKB next on
He needs
Chaos
it.
Knight.
He needs to, because he has the spell immunity piercing. So he wants to be able to jump this drow. That's his job this game. He knows, he understands his role. He understands his job. And the rest of them is just to control the team fight. Oh, a couple punches by Keizu here. K-God,
Dire's top barracks has
the
fallen.
original K-God.
Not a lot of Darkseer players. We see, but Casey is one of them.
Dire's structures
And
are
sure enough,
No
drafting it
K-Gods,
here.
Kuroki. Played Kuroki yesterday in an artifact game. He owned me.
Dire's top barracks has
Again with the name drops.
But
I just
am I
played.
allowed to say that?
No, you're allowed to say it. People are jealous of you, though, man. Playing artifacts. Fantastic. Oh my God.
God.
Invoker. Well, that deserves a crybaby.
Where's that link?
Lena might die, but again, she has the Aegis, so not the biggest deal in the world. You see the Phantasm Illusions also. The Dispel didn't kill them in one hit. Needs to use it twice now. Can't get a second one off, though. Brewmaster's going to lose his life. Triple kill from Adara. So much. for this team on paper being decent against the CK. It just doesn't matter in the end.
You can't touch Madara. Is there a hero that can even possibly touch Madara?
Not at
Let
this
alone
point.
defeat him?
No. It's just the ultimate. The ultimate answer to everything. Drow buys back.
Dire's middle
Again,
tower
it just
is under
the
attack.
desperate play of Gambit continues. There's another buyback on Invoker even. You know that they just can't get stuff free, or else it would be GG anyways. But the vacuum combo into a fissure. Laguna Blade burst down, die back on Invoker. That should all but do it. GG's are called. We're going game number 3. I mean, Gambit has to be shaking their head and everything and knowing that, yeah, they made a desperate play early that just was not necessary. But Lithium, props to them for sure. Hanging in there after a rough start.
It's one major flaw generally with these kinds of lineups where it's about timings. If you miss your timing, you feel pressure to do crazy things, and those crazy things don't ever, most of the time, ever work out. And because of that, it really hurt them in the long run, hurt their net worth, hurt just all of their momentum, and just they lost track of their objectives and what they essentially needed to do to win the game. I think they played the best early game, it was as good as it gets. Invoker had, you know, he farmed really well. Drow had a free game, and Brewmaster and Rubik, I felt they were doing their job. Yeah, they died, but they were exchanging kills on top lane. Madara might have died once, and they killed some supports. Brewmaster may have died more, but hey, that's what you get. You committed for 3 heroes, and, you know, this Darkseer had little farm. I'm just resting my
chill
leg
you
here.
are.
I'm chill, man.
It's a chill casting.
Yeah, chill casting here, but yeah.
That was a good breakdown, though. Again, I'm still just I'm baffled by that decision. By you even look at the graph that I was showing there on screen. It never really gave them like the biggest odds throughout that game early on. But it goes back to the fact that they had the advantage, and it's really kind of snowballing off of that as the idea with the Drow strat usually.
Why does it show my last game?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it shows the previous one. Either way. We got a game 3. That's going to be coming up as a result of that, so that's the good news. Gambit versus Lithium here. Best of 3, going game 3, going the distance. The winner of this next game will be playing NIP shortly after, and then the finals. So we got some more matches coming at us.
I'm hyped, man.
Looking forward to it.
Best of 3 finals, right?
Yeah. It's best of 7.
I'm taking a nap right here. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I can't do this.
It's early, man. But we got some good Dota once again. Stay tuned on BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN. We got game number 3 coming up next.